afternoon, everybody. A look at your headlines on this Wednesday afternoon. We are learning more about what may have happened tonight. Someone was shot and killed inside the Mobile Saenger Theatre during a children's dance recital. We'll tell you what happened in court today. Plus, our annual Boys and Girls Club telethon is happening. Also, the race for Mobile's mayor is down to 4 who dropped out. And we are learning who was arrested after a deadly stabbing. Lots to talk about today on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. Glad to be with you on this Wednesday afternoon. The weather headlines, heat and storms. That heat index is going to be way over 100 today. And then we are expecting some storms later on this evening, and they'll start popping up this afternoon. So just be ready to have your umbrella handy because it looks like rain is back in the forecast. All right, everybody, let's get to our big stories at this hour. Number 5, today is our annual Our City, Our Future telethon, your chance to make a difference benefiting the Boys and Girls Clubs of South Alabama. We have people standing by to take your pledges, and that money, of course, transforms lives in our community. Any amount will help provide meals and maintain programs at the Boys and Girls Clubs. The Boys and Girls Clubs do so much for our community, including after-school programs, summer programs. Not only do they educate our children, they keep them busy. They help keep them out of trouble as well. Countless lives have been touched by the Boys and Girls Clubs through the decades here along the Gulf Coast. So if you would like to participate, go to WKRG.com. You'll find a link to make your pledge. Our telethon goes on until 7 o'clock tonight. Number 4, Atmore police making an arrest in the shooting death of a teenager. Tyler Hall was arrested and booked into the Escambia County Jail before 9 o'clock last night. Officials say the Evergreen man was the one who shot a 17-year-old and a 22-year-old woman Tuesday morning after a drag race on Carter Avenue. Hall is charged with murder and attempted murder. Number 3, another arrest after a homicide this week. This one, a deadly stabbing that happened on Gaston Street. 46-year-old James Marshall has been arrested. He was booked last night before 7. Police say Marshall and 47-year-old Reginald Allen got into a fight. Allen died at the scene. Marshall had his bond hearing this morning. Number 2, the race for mayor of Mobile is down to 4. Former District Court Judge Spiro Chirigatis, State Representative Barbara Drummond, County Commissioner Connie Hudson, and former Police Chief Paul Prine are the 4 candidates in the running to be the next mayor of Mobile. This comes after former Police Chief Lawrence Batiste and former City Councilman Jermaine Burrell dropped out of the race yesterday. Instead, they will be endorsing Drummond as mayor. And number 1, testimony today revealing new details about a shooting inside Mobile Saenger Theatre during a children's dance recital. The suspect, Marcus Sanders, was in court for a preliminary hearing. He's charged with capital murder, accused of killing Carl Williams III. Both men were there to watch their children's dance recital. Sanders, the suspect, is dating Williams' ex, who took the stand today. The ex says that she and Sanders were discussing what to eat after the recital when the victim, Williams, sitting in front of them, told them to shut up. She says the 2 men stood up and started arguing, and Williams punched Sanders. Sanders fired shots that killed Williams and injured another woman. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. And definitely some interesting testimony in court. A lot of questions about why in the world violence broke out at that children's dance recital, and we're learning it was a petty argument, but may have stemmed from one man dating another woman and that type thing. So we are watching that story closely, and News 5's Christina J. Harris will have a full wrap-up of what happened in court today on the 4 on 5, as well as News 5 at 5 and 6 o'clock. Okay, we're switching gears now to get to our question of the day. How long do you like to stay at the beach? How long do you like to stay at the beach? Not long enough, right? Let's see what you have to say. Christina says She says 10 minutes if I'm forced. Give me a pool and a float any day. I don't, Linda says. Until the sunburn kicks in, says Alan. Till my beer runs out, says Jay. I could from dusk till dawn if I could. 30 minutes, I am a ginger. I take all the pictures I want, and then it's time to go. I usually call my husband the beach mule, because if you have kids, you know, you got to haul all the stuff. And I'm telling you what, by the time you get all that stuff out of the car, it's time to go. But, oh, there's so much stuff that children require. Susan doesn't like to go to the beach. She likes to go to the creek instead. 2 hours, says Julie. Until the sun comes out, then I'm done. I love a cloudy day at the beach. I agree with that. 30 minutes. Dina, yes, forever in a condo. Love it. I rarely get to do that. But if I ever go to someone's condo and just sit out on the deck and look at the beach, I love that. With the wind blowing, I love that. About 2 minutes, says Ron. So yeah, thanks so much for commenting on how long you like to stay at the beach. But as we always say on WKRG, there's no such thing as a bad day at the beach, is there? I'm telling you what, if you're lucky to go, just enjoy it and just soak up all that salt air. And I used to laugh because I was younger. I would try to wear my rings in the water because I always felt like the water. Well, I know Mobile Bay cleans rings, which is kind of creepy thinking about what in the world's in that water, in chemicals and pollution that cleans rings. But the Gulf does it too. So your rings will turn out shiny, but I'm not saying I recommend wearing jewelry in the water because growing up, no doubt about it, the Bay claimed a lot of jewelry because things would fall in. So we always had to be careful. All right, now we're going to talk about a serious subject, the Middle East. And that has to do with our poll of the day. Do you think there will ever be peace in the Middle East? Do you think there will ever be peace in the Middle East? Think about it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Well, you have a chance to go ahead and chime in on that, whether you think there will be peace. You can vote in our poll of the day on WKRG.com or WKRG's Facebook page. We're going to keep that up until 5:30 this evening, which is when the next edition of News 5 Now airs. And then you will see the results of the poll and read more comments from our question of the day. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. I'll see you back for WKRG News 5 at 5 o'clock.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney